Okay, let's move to the next question. I think this
Yeah.
is we sort of touched upon this earlier as well, right? So when you were
Yes.
talking about your journey and your skills and what led you to be a product manager.
Yes.
So if let's say there's a student out there who's confused about choosing product management as a career path, what would you recommend to them in two aspects? So the first aspect is in terms of technical skills.
Right. Okay. Um, so I myself did a few technical, courses, projects, internships. I will touch on internships later. I think having technical skills as a product manager is extremely important. If you do not understand the basic tech stack, if you don't understand how, let's say, the back end communicates with the front end, if you don't understand what are the limitations available, or what are the limitations present on a particular operating system, or what are the limitations present in a particular uh, language you are working with, programming language that you're working with, it's going to be very difficult for you to go ahead and write down specifications or create features for your product, because uh, technical skills is the grounding factor to the product manager that you are. Because if you do not have technical skills, or if you do not understand the technicalities of various things, you can go you can go ballistic with the kind of product you are making. You can add any feature in the world, and of course, every product that exists is limited by the technology available at its time, and that is exactly the awareness that you're provided with when you have technical skills. So super important.
Okay, so I guess to summarize, no, maybe not technical skills to the level where you have to build the product yourself, like you're writing code on a day-to-day basis, but still a good enough understanding of the ecosystem where you have a very good sense of what is possible and what is not possible. And if it is possible, what is on a high level, what does the implementation look like?
Definitely, definitely. I would go as far as to say, and this is my opinion, of course, but
Mhm.
you should have written code at least once.
Okay, interesting.
Right. Because if you haven't done that, everything that you know is going to be an assumption.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But at least
Okay.
once. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Let's now look at what internship or what advice you would give to someone in terms of internship experience that they can pursue if they want to choose product management.
Right. So from what I understand, there are internships available for product management specifically. I have not gone down that route myself, but having discussed technical skills previously, and being someone who has worked with a couple of internships around, well, development, I've worked as a full stack developer. I've also worked as a no code developer, and both of these were internships, of course, very closely related to computer science. So I would say having at minimum experience in development through internships would be the way to go if you want are aiming to get into product management. Like if you do not get a management internship per se, I'd say that's fine. Because I also feel like that may not be the best way for you to learn and understand what the role is going to be at a larger scale when you get into that role as such. Because when you do get into the role, you are going to be involved very heavily in various technical aspects, which you require basic knowledge of. And as I was mentioning in the previous question as well, you should have written code at least once. So if you are, if you're going to take me up on that advice, I would suggest go for a development internship where you get that experience to code at least once. And having had that internship, you can go ahead and sort of use that prowess as a product manager in the future. So if you are doing, say, two internships, I would say do one technical, one product internship. That should set you in the most ideal path. If not, do as many technical internships as possible, because getting product internships is definitely very difficult.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.